Fun with parabolas. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Guys and gals, I wanted you to remember what I look like, so I've enlisted my trusty assistant, Abby, to be my photographer today. The beard hasn't changed. Alright, so seriously guys, I would like to talk to you a little bit about what you did last week, Thursday, and for sure Thursday, on how we changed different parts of the quadratic equation and how that changed the parabola on the graph. A, B, and C were the big things for us to take a look at, and how we changed that and how it changed the parabola. So we'll go in reverse order. We'll start with C, go to B, and then to A, because C is the easiest one to think about. Just like in y equals mx plus b, we're always figured out where the y-intercept was at, where the starting value was at. So is the C. The C is that same kind of idea. It is where that parabola crosses. As we change the C, it changes only the position of the parabola up and down the axis. It's the only thing it's doing. Okay? So, same thing. Whether it's positive or a negative. This is a negative one. Changing C just pushes that whole parabola. Nothing changes. I have this bowl. It's kind of parabolic. We have some other ones that will show you some parabolas too. Okay, so let's move to B. B is a little trickier because it's kind of like slope, because it's kind of the same spot as slope is in linear, but this isn't slope. None of these equations have slope because they are quadratic. They have a different change pattern. So, but changing B, let's change how B is, and the y-intercept is going to be pinned. The y-intercept doesn't change. As we change B, that parabola is just going to change places on the axis. Sometimes it's going to be over here on the left-hand side of the y-axis, and sometimes it's going to be over here on the right-hand side of the y-axis. And if I change, unless I miss my guess, the more we change it, make it bigger, the deeper it goes into those quadrants. And same thing when we make it more negative. So that's basically what B does. Now, changing A. Changing A, as you saw last week, it changes the width of the parabola. So I have this bowl, I have a second bowl, and I have a third bowl. Me changing A is a little wonky. It seems to me like the bigger the A should be, the bigger the parabola should be, but that's not it. The bigger the A, the smaller, the narrower the parabola. As A gets closer to 0, so it gets less, the wider the parabola is. Let's make this A equals 1. Nice and wide. This is A equals 2. A little bit narrower for A equals 2. And the same parabola, just tighter, A equals 3. Now the other part about changing A is we talked a moment ago about being negative. Being negative would flip it upside down and make it like an arch. So the more negative it is, the more upside down, the tighter it's going to be. So one of the things to think about with the A factor is I call it the excitement factor in the equation. If your team scores a goal, touchdown, last second shot to win the game or whatever, everybody's really excited. Yes, yes, yes. Okay? The higher the excitement, the more your arms are up in the air. And so somebody asks you, what do you want for supper tonight? I don't know. You want pizza? I suppose. You know, there's a lot worse things to have than pizza, so, but you know, it's a positive reaction, right? So this isn't quite as positive as this is. And then if you really don't care, meh, look at my arms. Very straight. Thanks, Abby. Good pan. Very linear. If A equals 0, we just have something times x plus a leftover. That's a linear equation. So let's push it even further. Let's go beyond that. Let's go narrower. Okay, one of my favorite characters in all time is Eeyore. And Eeyore's a pretty negative fellow. I guess I feel sorry for him. Oh, yeah. Here we are again. Okay, the more negative Eeyore is, the more slunched over, and the more closer those front legs are together. Okay, so we're starting to negative, we're getting a little more positive, but still negative, still negative, still negative. Oh, look, A equals 0, linear. Pizza for supper. All right, that's fine. Okay. Oh, my game's on, okay? Oh, my team is winning. Yes, yes, yes! Okay. The bigger A is, the tighter the parabola is. Negative A makes it upside down. The more negative it is, the more tight it is. Alright, hopefully that makes a little more sense with you with visualizations. Most of you are making pretty good sense of it. From what I saw on your work last week, I'm anxious to see more details on your work. Keep it up. We'll see you online. Thanks, Abby. Fun with parabolas.